Balaam's first message. Balaam said, "Build me 7 altars here. And prepare 7 bulls and 7 male sheep for me." Balak did what Balaam asked. Then they offered a male sheep and a bull on each of the altars. Then Balaam said to Balak, "Stay here beside your burnt offering. I will go. Maybe the Lord will come to me. I will tell you whatever he shows me." Then Balaam went to a higher place. God came to Balaam there. Balaam said to him, "I have prepared 7 altars. And I have offered a bull and a male sheep on each altar." The Lord told Balaam what he should say. Then the Lord said, "Go back to Balak and give him this message." So Balaam went back to Balak. Balak and all the leaders of Moab were still standing beside his burnt offering. Then Balaam gave them this message, "Balak brought me here from Aram. The king of Moab brought me from the eastern mountains." Balak said, "Come, put a curse on the people of Jacob for me. Come, wish evil on the people of Israel." But God has not cursed them. So I cannot curse them. The Lord has not wished evil on them. So I cannot wish evil on them. I see them from the mountains. I see them from the hills. I see a people who live alone. They think they are different from other nations. No one can number the people of Jacob. No one can count a fourth of Israel. Let me die like good men. Let me end up like them. Balak said to Balaam, "What have you done to me? I brought you here to curse my enemies. But you have only blessed them." But Balaam answered, "I must say what the Lord tells me to say." Balaam's second message. Then Balak said to him, "Come with me to another place. There you can also see the people. But you can only see part of them, not all of them. Curse them for me from there." So Balak took Balaam to the field of Zophim. This was on top of Mount Pisgah. There Balak built 7 altars. And he offered a bull and a male sheep on each altar. So Balaam said to Balak, "Stay here by your burnt offering. I will meet with God over there." So the Lord came to Balaam. He told Balaam what to say. Then he said, "Go back to Balak and say such and such." So Balaam went to Balak. Balak and the leaders of Moab were standing beside his burnt offering. Balak asked him, "What did the Lord say?" Then Balaam gave this message, "Stand up, Balak, and listen. Hear me, son of Zippor. God is not a man. He will not lie. God is not a human being. He does not change his mind. What he says he will do, he does. What he promises, he keeps. He told me to bless them. So I cannot change the blessing. He has found no wrong in the people of Jacob. He saw no fault in Israel. The Lord their God is with them. They praise their king. God brought them out of Egypt. They are as strong as a wild ox. No tricks will work on the people of Jacob. No magic works against Israel. People now say this about them, look what God has done. The people are strong like a lioness. They get up like a lion. Lions don't rest until they have eaten. They drink their enemies' blood. Then Balak said to Balaam, "You haven't cursed these people. So at least don't bless them." Balaam answered Balak, "I told you before. I can only do what the Lord tells me." Balaam's third message. Then Balak said to Balaam, "Come, I will take you to another place. Maybe God will be pleased. He may let you curse them from there." So Balak took Balaam to the top of Peor. This mountain looks over the desert. Balaam told Balak, "Build me 7 altars here. Then prepare for me 7 bulls and 7 male sheep." Balak did what Balaam asked. He offered a bull and a male sheep on each altar. Balaam saw that the Lord wanted to bless Israel. So Balaam did not try to use any magic. He looked toward the desert. Balaam saw the Israelites camped in their tribes. Then the Spirit of God entered him. And Balaam gave this message, "This is the message of Balaam son of Beor. This is the message of a man who sees clearly. This is the message of a man who heard the words of God. I see a vision from the all-powerful one. My eyes are open as I fall before him. Your tents are beautiful, people of Jacob. So are your homes, Israel. Your tents spread out like valleys. They are like gardens beside a river. They are like spices planted by the Lord. They are like cedar trees growing by the water. Israel's water buckets will always be full. Their crops will have plenty of water. Their king will be greater than Agag. Their kingdom will be very great. God brought them out of Egypt. They are as strong as a wild ox. They will defeat their enemies. They will break their enemies' bones. They will shoot them with arrows. Like a lion, they lie waiting to attack. No one would wake a sleeping lion. Anyone who blesses you will be blessed. And anyone who curses you will be cursed. Then Balak was angry with Balaam. Balak pounded his fist. He said to Balaam, I called you here to curse my enemies. But you have blessed them 3 times. Now go home. I said I would pay you well. But the Lord has made you lose your reward. Balaam said to Balak, you sent messengers to me. I told them, Balak could give me his palace filled with silver and gold. But I still cannot go against the Lord's commands. I could not do anything, good or bad, on my own. I must say what the Lord says. Now I am going back to my own people. But I will tell you what these people will do to your people in the future. Balaam's final message. Then Balaam gave this message, this is the message of Balaam son of Beor. This is the message of a man who sees clearly. This is the message of a man who hears the words of God. I know the Most High God. I see a vision from the All-Powerful One. My eyes are open as I fall before him. I see someone who will come someday. I see someone who will come, but not soon. A star will come from Jacob. A ruler will rise from Israel. He will crush the heads of the Moabites. He will smash the skulls of the sons of Sheth. Edom will be conquered. His enemy Edom will be conquered. But Israel will grow wealthy. The descendants of Jacob will beat them down. The Israelites will destroy those left in the city. Then Balaam saw Amalek and gave this message, Amalek was the most important nation. But Amalek will be destroyed at last. Then Balaam saw the Kenites and gave this message, your home is safe. It is like a nest on a cliff. But you Kenites will be burned up. Assyria will keep you captive. Then Balaam gave this message, no one can live when God does this. Ships will sail from the shores of Cyprus. They will defeat Assyria and Eber. But they will also be destroyed. Then Balaam got up and returned home. Balak also went on his way. Israel at Peor. The people of Israel were still camped at Acacia. The men began sinning sexually with Moabite women. The women invited them to their sacrifices to their false gods. The Israelites ate food there and worshipped these gods. So the Israelites began to worship Baal of Peor. And the Lord was very angry with them. The Lord said to Moses, get all the leaders of the people. Then kill them in open daylight in the presence of the Lord. Then the Lord will not be angry with the people of Israel. So Moses said to Israel's judges, each of you must put to death your men who have become worshippers of Baal of Peor. Moses and the Israelites were gathered at the entrance to the meeting tent. They were crying there. Then an Israelite man brought a Midianite woman to his brothers. This was in plain sight of Moses and all the people. Phinehas son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw this. So he left the meeting and got his spear. He followed the Israelite into his tent. And he drove his spear through both the Israelite man and the Midianite woman. Then the terrible sickness among the Israelites stopped. This sickness had killed 24,000 people. The Lord said to Moses, Phinehas son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, has saved the Israelites from my anger. He is like I am in his concern for the people. He tried to save my honor among them. So I will not kill them. So tell Phinehas that I am making my peace agreement with him. He and all his descendants will have an agreement. They will always be priests. This is because he had great concern for the honor of his God. He removed the sins of the Israelites so they would belong to God. The Israelite man who was killed with the Midianite woman was named Zimri son of Salu. He was the leader of a family in the tribe of Simeon. And the name of the Midianite woman who was put to death was Cozbi daughter of Zur. Zur was the chief of a Midianite family. The Lord said to Moses, the Midianites are your enemies. You should kill them. They have already made you their enemies. They tricked you at Peor. Then there was Cozbi, the daughter of a Midianite leader. She was the woman who was killed when the sickness came. It came because the people were worshipping the false god at Peor.